Taurus Magus or Taurus Magus. Those are two names I just made up out there. Magical bull. That's the Taurus Magus. Okay. Magus Taurus. Big bull. Now's the time for you to get a little bit more inward. First mentally and then emotionally as we go from Libra season into Scorpio. And what we do, we have Venus in retrograde in your area of relationships with significant others. Good time to mentally go through those. Which ones are serving my higher purpose? Which ones aren't? If you're not in a relationship. Even with those, we're in a relationship with everything. But this isn't so much a relationship about yourself, although you and the other are very connected, we are. But this is more time of those people in your life that aren't serving you, or those things in your relationship that aren't serving the relationship. Put your critical eye to it, but measure it with your heart. Make sure that we're not just cutting things off because we're avoiding changing something in ourselves. There's the balance. And our heart should be as light as a feather, because that's the scales of which our heart is measured against, a feather. And that's what the Egyptian myth is before you go to the underworld led by Anubis, the dog-headed deity. Then Thoth, Hermes Trismegistus, is recording it. And then Set is kind of the accuser. Set, Satan, the accuser. That's where we get that from. It's from Egypt, which is really, even goes to Sumeria before that. Just a little history lesson. And not really you. Okay. Now, what do we have? Besides the Venus retrograde, which is what we just talked about, we have the new moon. And then in your the new moon in Libra, which is like your 6th house. And also the sun's here, so now it's like shining a light on your daily routine. Your daily routine, perhaps with your significant other. Switch it up a little. You have the full moon, which is going to be right on you. Things coming to the surface, perhaps about yourself that you didn't know before. Could even be something physical come to the surface that was dark that needed to, so they could know about it and treat it. Like skin wart or irritation. Venus, just meditate on Venus. It's your ruler. So now instead of Venus and Earth, which is you, love, beauty, the sensual world in Earth, Taurus. Stuck, fixed, which is strong in this realm. But now we have Venus, you, in the air. It's a great time for mental exercises, balancing our mental activity, not being mentally lazy, but also not being overactive. And this is a good time because we don't have any fire in the chart, so. But I still feel like we have Virgo. We just came out of Virgo season, which is Earth, your element, and it's mutable. So that's a time for perhaps a little bit more antsy. So now here's a time to calm down, and now to calm down mentally, but focused. Focus, man. JP, holler at me, man. Astrologically, that's what I really want to talk about. Those are the big astronomical things. Pluto going forward, right after Saturn's gone forward in Capricorn. Okay, here's Earth starting new projects. Being a boss. A powerful one. And Taurus, I don't have to tell you not to be a dick like the Capricorns, not to lord it over them, because you are so precious. Ah, Tauruses are the best. Opposite of Scorpio, my season's coming up. Your half season, where we oppose, but we're on the same. We're balancing the same thing. What is that? That's a great question. What you own and what other people have. So it's like now you're going to have to be a little bit less selfish, which is easy for you. Alright, let's take it to the cards for a little bit. This card I want to jump out. Here we have Earth, Pentacles. Here we have the Scales, Libra. Measuring. And knowing that in giving we receive. And if we feel like we are heavy in this deep scorpionic Venus retrograde period, remember to lighten your load. And remember to lighten your heart. Let it be as light as a feather. And that comes from humility. And it comes from humbling ourselves and serving others. If we're always seeking to be served, that ultimately does not serve our higher good in our heart. Oh my, these guides are telling me this. Swords. All the cards in here that are swords are tough. Swords. Picking. Choosing a certain thing. And that's very Lady Justice, very Libra card. Sometimes Libras have a hard time making a decision because they're trying to please everybody and balance. And that's like the purpose that they serve here. People fall in love with the Libra. And they're just here to serve. It's tough. They're a cardinal heir. They move on. That's what they're here to do, is cut off stuff. They're kind of tough. It can be tough. They're very sharp mentally. So now it's time to take this lesson from Libra and be sharp mentally. Taurus, you hoard stuff. And not only you can hoard stuff, you can kind of hoard emotions like that scorpionic. Because you keep something because you have an emotional attachment to it. Memorabilia. It's beautiful, but sometimes when you move, you can't take all that stuff with you. To live is to change. To be perfect is to have changed often. I know I'm a fixed water sign, Scorpio. You're fixed earth. We can be stubborn. I can be stubborn in my emotions. You can be stubborn in your materialness. What's our other fixed signs? Aquarius, they could be stuck in their mind. So we have Libra coming in. Bam! That's funny because they're like, Aquarius is like the revolutionaries, but then they get stuck on like a certain like revolutionary part, and they could actually not be that revolutionary. Because to live is to change, and we have to keep on constantly changing. And being humble is admitting when we're wrong, and we weren't wrong. It served a purpose to elevate us and transform us and change us, which is what the Scorpio does, bringing us into fall. You bring us up into spring, and you're like stuck in spring, beautiful place. But you also love Halloween. I know that about you Tauruses too, because it's kind of your shadow side. Get in touch with that shadow side right now. And do it with that Venetian love as you retrospect on it as Venus goes retrograde. The final card to close out my readings for my Taurus. I invite you to book a reading. Like, subscribe, share. I hate saying that. I never do, but this is me trying to get creative. Here's our fire. And when we're on top of the hill, them haters gonna hate. Hate, hate, hate. And you just gotta trust your fate. The scales are always tipped in your favor. This universe is biased towards your good and betterment. And you as a Taurus is here to show us that. So, and when haters hate on you, let that be actually a good sign. If you don't have enough haters, you're not doing something right. Scorpio likes to please everybody. Taurus likes to please everybody. Sometimes you gotta do you, boo, and stay true to you. Our North Node's in Leo, asking us to look towards our authentic heart place. And this comes up for you in your emotional, maternal realm. What can this, and your home country? Your home. Home is where the heart is. That's beautiful. That's why you love being at home. You're like the leader there. Alright, there's more. I could go on forever, but I'm going to make these short because I have a world to attend to. And I need to make money doing these things. We'll work out a price plan for you. Alright, love you, Taurus. I seriously do. You're my favorite.